Good morning, everybody. Rodney here. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Mr. Mendenhall and Mr. Koshat. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Hey, Philip.
Hey, Lloyd.
So how you doing?
Oh,
I'm still fighting this damn crud.
yeah, that's what you were saying on Dennis's stream. How long you had it now?
Seems like forever, but I say about 6 weeks now. I mean, it's just my wife's sick. I mean, there's a lot of people that's had this stuff, and it just won't go away.
Yeah. Hey, AZ drone dude, David. Good morning, and Mr. Crowley and his drone. Hey, Sean. How you been doing, brother? Hadn't seen you in a bit. Lloyd, how you been doing?
I can't complain. Nobody listens anyway, so but
True
no,
that.
I've been doing I've been doing
Morning,
okay.
Mela.
Yeah. Just trying to stay out of trouble and just hanging out.
Oh, gotcha.
Lloyd,
Mela, good morning.
you staying out of trouble?
Well,
I know, right, Philip?
I said trying. I didn't say I was. I said trying. That's the key right there. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So you still driving cars, the remote control cars?
Yeah, I've got my kitchen table in my kitchen is turned into a shop now.
You got a little
I gotta,
lift. You got one of those little
I,
lift.
yeah, well, I got a friggin' roll around tool cabinets, those great big ones, it's got a wood top on it. I've got that sitting in my dining area right in front of my china hutch. And on top of that, I've got a flatbed trailer that the ramps go up and down on the back, and
That's
it
cool.
raises up and down. It's a bumper hitch, and then sitting on top of that, I have an F450, an RC F450 that has a lift kit in it, so it goes up like this, and it goes clear down to the ground almost. So, yeah, I've got about 9 cars now, and I'm trying to think what else.
Yeah.
I got.
Do you do an express oil change too?
No, I don't do that yet. No, I haven't got that far yet. So, fortunately, they're all electric, so I don't have to worry about it.
Oh, that's true. Hey,
Just got to worry about the batteries exploding, of course.
that's
When
what
you
I was
charge
about
them.
to say.
Yeah. I want to say good morning, Goyd. I want to say good morning to Mad Props Media, Randy. Good morning, Mela. Good morning, Johnny Drumflyer. Good morning, Scott. Just popped in.
Hey, Scott. Oh man. Well, we're gonna start taking stuff down and cleaning up today, and then my wife's carrying me out to my birthday dinner tonight. So we're gonna go out with some friends.
Oh, when's your birthday?
It was New Year's Eve.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking it was last week.
Yeah. I bummed out about 11 o'clock New Year's Eve night. I was just not feeling good at all. So we had all that good steak and everything. Those steaks were one of the biggest steaks I've cooked in a long time. Filet keys to my.
He's been giving me. Well, I don't know what happened, but I've started getting up early, so I've been getting up and going over to Paul Murray's show in the mornings, and it's like, and he's always in there, so they'll just let anybody in. How's he sneaking in? So he's been giving me that. He's been riding me all week long. So
Copper State Ariel, good morning. Legend Big, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I mentioned on the Sunrise stream that I'm going to be doing some rearranging. So I got this area over here is going to get changed. This is going to go away. I'm going to have a cabinet there. My computer desk is going to go here. I'm getting a brand new computer desk is supposed to be here Monday. This desk is going to go away, and then I'm going to have 2 tables over on this side, one for my workbench where I work on my drones, and then one for my 3D printers, and 2 cabinets back here where that what do they call it?
That's where you change your clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you change.
Well, that's where the bed is.
Yeah.
Oh. But we're going to put 2 cabinets there, and it'll block off that bed, and then this will be like my man cave.
You sound like you're doing the same thing I thought of. I'm thinking about doing it, and it's probably going to happen today. I'm going to rearrange the office to make it better. When I do my show, my green screen is right here. I mean, just like right up against me because I have no other choice.
Right.
And I can't, once you get in that chair, that's it. You're in that chair. You're not going to move anywhere because and I'm like, no, it ain't going to work that way. Leaving the roof, Valerie. So, and I got me a new laptop. Hey, Dennis.
Good morning, Dennis.
Hey, everybody. Good morning.
Dennis, I got you another parody.
Uh-oh.
I got a parody from your parody.
Oh,
What was it? Cows. What's it called? Cows with
guns.
Yeah, I got clowns with guns.
How about what?
Clowns with guns. I made it this morning.
Yeah. That wasn't mine, by the way. Warren pointed that song out to me. That was done by you can find it on the internet. It's an animated thing, but it's really good.
So I worked on one this morning real quick. I was like, okay. Clowns with guns. Oh.
Paul Wedgendig reminds me of Charles Minky, who said, "The older I get, the more I distrust the old adage that age brings wisdom."
Yeah, no, age does not bring wisdom. I can tell you.
Thanks for that expert opinion there, Lloyd.
Yeah.
If it brought wisdom, I wouldn't be into so many drones.
Well, yeah. Yeah, if I was wise, I mean, it's like Christmas time. I got the MetaQuest 3 Oculus headset.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like that's in the back there. That's my case that I'm working on. I bought one of those at Harbor Freight, and I've cut the foam out, and then I got some a guy advertised on TV, Flex Steel spray, and I'm spraying the layers down now so it'll have like a rubberized coating on the top of the foam.
Nice.
So, and I'm just waiting. This is how bad it is. I'm doing this stuff in my kitchen,
Yeah.
And my boys, they just like, "What are you doing today, Dad?" It's like.
So Mayla's getting ready to evict her husband, Wayne.
What's the alternative, though, Lloyd? Lay on the sofa and watch TV?
Well, that's it. I can lay there
Come on.
in that room and watch TV, or I can come out here and find more stuff to get into.
Right.
But,
I realize that money is involved, and you can't ignore that. But
yeah, well,
it's a whole lot better than that other alternative.
I try to pace it out across, where I'm not spending my whole paycheck each month, so I save up a little bit, get something, save up a little bit, get something,
I have to learn to start trying not to spend my whole
Johnny's on fire. Good morning.
Yeah, well, I'm not always successful. I said I'm trying. That's the key word there is trying. Yeah.
Kira Show. Good morning.
There's a lot of trying in your world, Lloyd.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Rodney was telling me the other day how trying you are.
Yeah, my boys keep telling me I'm pretty trying to them too. Yeah.
You're just a trying person, Lloyd.
I am a trying person. Yeah, I am. Yeah. So
Hey,
You know?
Lloyd, let me ask you: have you ever gone back to that RC airfield?
No, I haven't gone back to. I know they're still active out there. And I keep. It's one of those things. It's on the list. my my youngest son and I have. We were going to go over there and do some flying and join up and all that, and just like then something else comes along, and no, I haven't been back over there. I've been going to, because I belong to their Facebook group. So, but yeah. But no, I haven't been back there. I've been going. I'd love to go there because it's not that far from the house.
Good morning, Michael.
Okay.
Both Michaels. We got Copper State Aerial, Michael Kelly, and then Fly Zone FPV got Michael. I can't remember their last. Toto.
Oh yeah, yeah. And
Like we're not in Kansas anymore.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Johnny Drone Flyer. Hey, Johnny.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Mike
Good
Kelly.
morning to everybody but Warren.
I wonder.
I've had the advantage of, I don't know if it's an advantage or not, but over the holidays, my oldest son, who's a police chief down there, well, they've been shut down for 2 weeks just for the holidays. And I mean, his guys are going in and working, but he's been off. So every day he comes over and we take turns going back and forth. Who's going to pay for lunch or supper or whatever, sort of like between 2 and 3 in the afternoon, or 1:30 to 3, I guess, somewhere in that.
Brunch. Yeah.
Although when it's my turn to pay, because we do it every other day. On my days, we go to places like the Outback, or not the Outback, but Chili's for steak, steak dinner, and the really nice places we go. The rib joint, which has some really good ribs, good barbecue, all the really nice good meals that a little pricey. Those are the ones I'm going to. He's taking us places like Arby's,
Go to McDonald's. You can have all the French fries you want.
Oh yeah. No, that's one place we haven't hit yet, but we've been hitting quite a few restaurants. Matter of fact, a couple of them are starting to get to know us pretty well because we're in there all the time.
I don't remember clearly, but I do know that I've been in a place called the Rib Joint. Is that a chain?
There is a place called the Rib Joint that I call it that. That's everything around here is a rib joint, but this is actually called Malon's, and
gotcha.
the old man started doing barbecue back in, I don't know, after World War II, I think. He's dead now.
Place
He's
you
been
and
dead.
I went to that day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Malon's. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a small town. He's a small town mobster, gangster, and from the other side of the tracks. But he made some good food, and got into a little trouble with him and a bunch of guys, which unfortunately I know about half the guys because I'm friends with them, but they got busted for gambling and running. One of them, he's still in South America because he's one of those places that won't extradite but he was running several hotels with extra amenities, if you know what I mean.
Oh my goodness.
Rent by the hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I went to that new joint down the street that called Meat Sweats. And that was a good place.
What's it called?
Meat Sweat.
Okay.
They serve
Meat
nothing
Sweat?
Yeah, they serve nothing but meat.
With sweat.
No, meat sweats. You know how if you eat too much meat, you start sweating?
Oh. Yeah, I had a whole different connotation there. I mean, my mind went, especially considering the subject I was just discussing,
Hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's that, baby? Yeah, I'm coming. I'll be there in a second.
That wasn't a great segue there. I mean, it just didn't kind
No,
of.
that was not a good segue.
Morning, Mike.
Morning. How the heck is everybody?
Yeah.
Morning,
Good.
Mike.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
How
Yeah,
come my
no idea.
screen's so much bigger than all of y'all's?
Because you don't have your screen, you don't have your camera zoomed in.
What are you trying to say, Philip?
I don't know. Okay, that's better.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can go in your camera settings and actually zoom it in if you want to.
No, y'all don't want to see up my nostrils right now.
Yeah, well, that's why my camera is above my computer instead of below it. So I don't like those up shots. You know, it's just like,
I've
Hey, you know what? That's the thing they always tell you now about getting old. Always remember when doing selfies, height is your friend.
yes, yeah, because nobody
Makes
wants
you
to
look-
see. Yeah,
makes you look skinnier and it doesn't see the
Makes you
hair.
look
Right.
skinnier, don't got the
Yeah.
turkey neck thing going on.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The old
Michael
turkey
W.
gobbler,
Blade,
yeah.
good morning. Welcome to the chat.
I'm looking like the guy on the boat from the movie Goodfellas. Yeah. I am getting a little probably scruffy around the edge. My hair is getting long, and of course, my beard's not getting long, but it's been there for a while, so I'm not going to shave it off. But it's like I'm trying to let it all grow and for 1 year, and then I'm going to start trimming it the way I want it to look, or the way I hope it'll look. At this point, I don't know what it's going to look like when I get through, but
You're shooting for a Chris Hope beard.
Yeah.
yeah.
Jim's Ariel, that sounds like bullseye egg. Well, a lot like bullseye egg. We used to take buttered bread and we'd tear out the center and put
Yep.
egg in the middle of that, and then cook it over easy. And we called those
Yep.
bullseye egg.
Yeah. I've cooked those before.
Well, I got me a new laptop.
You did?
Yeah,
Did you? Oh, that's right. You said you were getting one.
it's got the AMD the 9 what is it?
The Ryzen 9.
Ryzen 9.
Yeah.
64
That's
gigs of
nice.
memory, 2 terabyte hard drive, solid state,
Wow.
of course.
Right. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I mean, I did the other day. I decided to check see how fast it did on Filmora, and what normally takes me half a day to actually wait on it to
Finish rendering. Yeah.
render and all that stuff. It rendered in 15 minutes.
Nice.
Wow.
So I was like, yeah, I like this. So
Yeah.
that's
It's a
the
big
reason why-
difference.
Yeah, it's
Go
a
ahead.
huge difference. Huge difference. And I got it at a really good price. It was at $860.
Wow.
Brand
Oh,
new.
wow. Yeah.
Smoking
Wow.
deal, man.
Yeah.
What brand did you get?
Dale.
Mad Media wants to.
Oh,
Dell?
you got it.
Got a
Dell
Dale.
had some. Yeah, Dell had some good sales going on, like right around Black Friday
Mhm.
and stuff. That's
Well, that-
I got an Alienware from Dell.
I ordered this 3 days before Christmas, and it came in. It came in 2 days before New Year's.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, about a week out is what it's taken them. So
Good morning, Danny, the View
It is.
Chaser, and Jerry Bauer. Good morning.
And this was directly Amazon Dell. It was directly from Amazon Dell, and I was like, okay, it's it's got to be. It's not a one.
Oh,
you
yeah,
get there and you go, oh my God, what is this?
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
and it was brand new and still in the box and everything, and I was like, okay. And
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
manufacturer date on it is January of 2024. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm happy with it. So that makes me want to rearrange my whole office now.
Now, did you get a desktop or laptop?
Laptop.
Yeah,
It's got the 16-inch touchscreen.
Scott,
well,
you have a good day, brother.
Have a good day, Scott.
all right,
See,
Scott, take
Scott.
care.
So
Yeah,
Philip, do you just
I got
use
the 16-inch Alienware with the, and I have the Ryzen system on my desktop. I just don't want, since I'm used to sitting here because of Judy, even though it's coming up on a year now. I can't believe that,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
in March it'll be a year. It's like, wow. As a matter of fact, this week is when she first started going in the hospital before the end. It's like, but anyways, I'm used to sitting here, and it's just a habit now, and I don't like going in my office anymore. So I was using her laptop, and it just wasn't, I bought it for her to do email, web browsing, and all that. I decided I was going to get me a upgrade, and Dell had sent me a couple notices about their great sales, and I went in there, and so I went with the Intel 9, the Ultra 9, and got the 4070 video card. And now you said you got 64 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
I got 32. So but I love it. I've been using Dell for
We use Dell at the
20 years.
office.
Yeah, I've been using them for probably 25 years. And
I got the Thunderbolt 4 that hooks up to it with your 2 screens and all that stuff.
Right.
So,
yeah, I've got a docking station coming in the mail. I'll talk about that on my show on Monday. But and I'm going to bring, because when I built that laptop or that desktop, it's a Dell, and it has the Ryzen 7 because the 9 wasn't out yet. And I love it, but it's just too big and takes up too much space, and I already got enough junk in it just wouldn't look right having a desktop in my kitchen. So
I was looking at the Intel, and my son came up to me and he says, "Don't look at Intel because Intel's not really doing that good right now." And he says, "Look at the AMDs." And years ago it used to be the opposite. It used to be don't do AMD, do Intel.
They have switched over the years, because I've had both. I've done both, and over the years, oh my God, who the hell is that guy down in the corner?
Coffee shoots out his nose.
But yeah, and I've switched back and forth. Like one time, see, I was doing AMD for a long time because I was fed up with Intel, with Intel, and then all of a sudden they started having overheating problems. So it's like, okay, and I left them and I went back to Intel, and then Intel started lagging behind in the Ryzens when they started coming out with the Ryzen series. AMD just really hit some home runs with that.
Yeah, they're blowing the Intel away with it.
Everybody I've talked to has recommended the Ryzen.
Yep.
Series.
They're the up and coming, man.
Yeah, they've been hitting, and they do that. They do that until they start really getting going fast, and then they we've done the Ryzen 9. It was the Ryzen 7, then it's the Ryzen 9. Let's do an 11, and that's when it goes.
Yeah.
They just have to push that one more. But they have been leaders. AMD has been really pushing the envelope on a lot of stuff over the years, and so Jim says that let's see. Oh, the View Chaser says Dennis is bored. I'll quit talking so Dennis can talk now. And he won't look so bored.
Well,
Just tell me to shut up.
To say.
I think Mike had a question. Didn't you, Mike?
That was yesterday.
Oh, was that yesterday?
I answered that by letter.
So, Ron, how you doing, brother?
It's been an interesting week.
Did you work during the week or?
Yeah, a whole bunch of hospital meetings with safety people and everything. We had a little incident this week.
Oh.
Had a guy who commonly known to the folks in our town as Meth Head Mike, and calls us all the time for this and for that. And he He's a real pain in the toot about getting on a stretcher, and he doesn't really. I've gone to him before where he has called us and refused to. If you're not going to get on the stretcher, then you get into a seat and you will wear a seatbelt. No exceptions. Was a real pain in the butt the other night, and he finally seatbelted, and then about halfway to the hospital with the cops following us, he unbelts and grabs the door, and out he goes at about 35
Oh
miles.
my!
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that did not turn out well for him.
I guess not.
2 hours later, he was life flighted to Denver.
Oh man.
Yeah.
He
You
didn't
going
remember the
highway
rule of
speeds
tuck
at that
and roll.
point, Ron?
What's that?
You going highway speeds at that point?
35 mile an hour.
Oh, that's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough. Yeah.
He didn't remember to tuck and roll, huh?
Yeah, apparently not. Yeah.
Buckeye Drones. Good morning, Rick.
Hey, Rick.
Hey Rick.
Howdy, Rick. Yeah, Mac is I thought real seriously of getting a Mac because I have an iPhone, I have an iPad Pro 13-inch, but
Yeah,
it's
switched
a
up.
little out of my budget.
I mean,
Probably after this, I'm going to quick shower and I'm going to Best Buy. I'm going to pull the Band-Aid and go get that Mac Mini and that monitor I told you about last week.
Oh, okay.
I'm too old for a Mac.
Well, I have a MacBook
You and me both, Phil.
laptop that I carry with me when I travel, and it's got the M1. I bought it just after the M1 chip came out, and now they're already up to M4.
M4, yeah.
That M1 is still fast enough. It still does a 4K video in pretty much nothing flat,
Yeah.
I have the M1 on my iPad, my iPad Pro, and
Yeah.
I got it right after because I'd gotten one just before the M1 came out, and then they came out with the M1, so I waited a couple years, and I got it from AT&T at a good price. So it's like, yeah, I love that thing, but I don't know, something about. Although I think the thing about the Alienware, it's got all these pretty lights that I can stare at. At my age, I have to, my keyboard's lit up all the time, so I can actually see where is that key.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Something
don't
old
remember?
people do. Yeah,
You
well,
don't
yeah.
remember where all the letters are at?
No. Well, I don't know about you guys, but somebody messed with my keyboard before they sent it to me because these letters are not in alphabetical order. Now, who would do something stupid like that?
Yeah.
Well, there's cruel people out there that like to mess with the old folks.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they're always messing with old people.
Yeah, I'm a 2-finger hunting pecker.
Yeah,
What was
I
the
can do
technician?
I can do that, but I took typing in 9th grade. Now I didn't say I passed it, but I did take it.
I took it for about a week.
I took it for a week too.
It was my sophomore year. No, it's my junior year. I needed an extra class, so I took typing, and I was the only boy in that class.
And the
I was
problem
one
with that
of a
was,
few.
Huh?
I was one of a few
And,
males in
And-
that class. Yeah.
and what's the problem with that, Rodney?
yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
got.
he took it the
I was
next
real
4
shy
years.
I was real shy as a kid, and being in a room full of girls was not pleasant for me because I was shy, and so
You?
I dropped the class,
that's why he joined the Navy.
and then I joined the Navy and went to the Philippines and got unshy.
High five, Lloyd.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, Rodney.
Rodney, I just sent you the link to Best Buy.
That's okay. That's okay, Lloyd. That's okay, Michael.
We
And Philip, bye.
Anybody else?
I deserve that. I deserve that.
yeah. Oh well.
Okay,
Well,
somebody
now
else.
we can high five better.
Ron.
Let's see. Oh, Mike, you're over here.
Yep. I'm over here. There you go.
Oh, there, we got that one. Now you got to go the other direction.
Lloyd,
Yeah.
over here.
There you go. There we go. I get them both now. Yeah, that worked out real good. If I can remember that next time, which I won't. But
Years ago, there was a technician that was talking to this lady. She said she was working on her spreadsheets and stuff, and the monitor just went off. And that's wow.
sweet, yeah. Ooh,
Ooh, I'm
Pricey, but I'm
jealous.
You getting the 44-inch one?
What's that, Rodney?
You getting the 45-inch one?
Yeah.
holy!
It's
Are
one.
you that blind?
No, it's just that the nice thing is you can split that and have like two applications. Like I can have like my external hard drive up with all my photos and videos, and then have like Final Cut Pro up on the other screen. And
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'd do that. I would love to do something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My kitchen.
In the words of old Tim Allen.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
You know,
More
Tim
power,
Allen's
more
got
power.
a new TV show coming out.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice screen there, Ron.
It is.
Nice.
Very jealous about that.
I'm a Jello.
Actually, I had a doctor's appointment in town here about 3 weeks ago, and I stopped by Best Buy because I got there really early, and they had that same monitor, and I sat there and it just like,
The drill running into your beard. Yeah.
Can we
Need a
help
roll
you?
of paper towels there, Rodney?
What was that, Dennis?
Said you needed a roll of paper towels?
I did.
Sir, you're dripping all over our carpet.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the real problem is when it dripped into one of the computers.
I was going to say, don't drool on the electronics. They get upset about that.
Yeah, they do. This lady was doing spreadsheets and stuff, and she called tech support, said her monitor went off. So while she was working on her stuff, and she was trying to figure out how come it's not working and everything, and they went all through all these steps and everything like that. And he finally got to that point where he says, "Well, when did it go off?" And she goes, "Well, when I lost power in the house and everything, it just went off." And he goes, "Well, when did you get this?" And she says, "A couple of weeks ago." And he goes, "Well, good. It's it's still returnable." And she goes, "What do you mean? I need to return it back?" And he goes, "Yeah, because you're too damn stupid to have a computer." And I don't know why the technician got fired for that.
yeah, I know. It just didn't make sense. He was being honest,
Yeah.
So I just saw something. Hey, Mudball Don, good morning.
Good
Hey,
morning,
Don.
Don.
Hey, Don.
FTFO Media, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Nick.
Well, I'm going to get up in a minute and start taking stuff down. Christmas is over.
Yeah, that's our plan for today too.
Wait, guys, if you just wait, it'll be back here in like another 350
Yeah.
some odd days. Just leave it up. That's what I do.
I just wish I had a house big enough. A buddy of mine's got a house big enough where they just had the Christmas tree on rollers, and they just roll it into this big old huge closet they had.
Ken, act of kindness. You have a good day, brother.
Do what, Dennis?
That's just 354.
350. I knew it was 350 something. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was going to say 55, but I didn't do the math
Yeah.
real quick. So It's early in the morning still. My brain hasn't quite all kicked in.
Well, yeah, you're an hour behind. So.
Yeah, that's
We're
true
good.
too. Well, I'm always behind. You know, that's the
No,
problem.
but your time is up. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
You're good.
I knew what you meant, Dennis. I was just
All
leaving
right.
it open for you in case you wanted
Okay.
to go down that road for me. Yeah, yeah.
John can fix stuff. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, John.
We watched Landman and Yellowstone last night. So
Oh, I love Landman. I love that show.
Billy Bob. Yeah.
What is Landman? Never heard of it.
It's on Paramount Plus. It's
Okay.
Billy Bob Thornton. He's like the general manager of an oil company. It's
Okay.
it's pretty
And-
good.
And it's not just all business and boring. I mean, it starts
Right.
out. The opening scene of it is he's got a hood over his head and his hands tied and he's sitting there and there's these drug lords surrounding him, smacking him around. It's like, what is this about? Yeah. So it's got its high, it's got some
Well, there's
good stuff.
some reality to that, Lloyd. Down there,
Oh yeah,
down there in Texas.
yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
it kind of the start of it, Lloyd, kind of reminded me of remember Ozark? Did you ever watch Ozark?
Yeah.
Yellowstone
You
with
remember
oil.
the start of Ozark was similar to that too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'd forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's Yellowstone with oil. That's pretty much it right there, Don.
Yeah.
I think what's his crazy ex-wife is kind of like Beth on Yellowstone.
Yeah. Poor Art, he's been griping about that gal for a week now. Like, he's gonna get married. Oh my God, I can't believe. Like, okay, it's a TV show, Art.
Yeah. It's not reality.
You can turn it off. Yeah, you can turn it off.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you can turn reality off too.
Yeah. That's a good thing about getting old. I'm starting to forget the crap that makes me mad.
Amen. I hear you there, brother.
Yeah.
I cut that stuff off years ago.
Yeah.
I used to be I'd have anger fits, and it really. Angie goes, you gotta deal with this, and I said, yeah,
Well,
I do.
when you get mad and you're in that position and you there's somebody out there that's going to be offended by it. Now, if you're right there in their face, well, you could get smacked or hit or kicked or whatever. I'm getting too old to have that kind of stuff in my life. It's like,
Amen.
they knock me down. It's going to take me 30 minutes to get back up, and it's going to hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will be back in just a second. My stupid chihuahua got herself up on the bed. Now she expects me to go get her down, which I'm going to.
Jim's droning. Good morning.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
What do they say about why do I carry? Because I'm too old to run and can't fight anymore.
Yeah.
I like that.
Back in like 2011 or something, me and some of the guys that I worked with, we were up in the shop one day and we were talking, and one of the guys was talking about what we would do if in a zombie apocalypse, and we were talking, and he goes, yeah, we'd run off, go do this, go do that, and I'd say, well, yeah, you guys would have time too, because I'm too old to run and too old to fight, so I'll just be your after guard, and keep firing until you guys are free.
You'd slow them down for a little bit, Rodney.
Yeah.
One of our
slow them down for about
I run out of ammo.
Yeah. Yeah, I like what you said about carrying. Yeah, I'm too old to run too. So, one of my younger cousins had a gun shop, and why he put it in the town that he did, because there's only like 3 cars in that whole town. So, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things that one of those places you drive through, and then somebody says, hey, have you ever been to such? No, I've never been through it. Well, you're just there. Well, I thought that was a parking spot. Anyways, So he was shutting down his shop and selling out his guns. And I asked my brother, I said, because he had some good deals on AK or on AR-15s. I said, hey, did you go get one of those AR-15s down there from, can't even remember his name, from our cousin? He says, no. I said, you don't want one? He says, yeah, I just don't want to store it. He says, I said, but what if something bad happens? He says, well, I'll be able to find them everywhere because I'll just shoot the guys that got them and then go take them off of them and use them.
There you go.
He says, and I don't have to pay for the extra ammo and find a place to store it. And I said, that's why he's my older brother, because he's smart. Yeah, that'll work.
Don says Ron might make it in the zombie apocalypse. The rest of us look like
Look like
zombie
zombie bait. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just surrender. Okay.
Like I said, rear guard action.
I've lived a good life.
That's it.
That's
They
something
don't
I've
want
always
me as
seen
a
those
zombie.
I always see those movies where everybody's running around, the good guys are shooting the bad guys, and then they grab their guns and throw them off to the side. Pick the gun up. Go get the ammo. Take everything with you. Especially
Yeah.
if they have machine guns and you only have a pistol. Pick up the AK or the AR, whatever it is. Take it with you. Leave the other one there.
Yeah. Yeah.
How fast can you run? I don't know. It all depends on how fast they're running to chase me.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you see me running, you better start running too, because somebody's chasing me. That's the only way I'm going to start running.
Well, that's a good thing about zombies. They can't run.
I don't know. Have you seen some of those other movies? They're pretty fast.
Are they? Well, I watch Zombieland. You know, they don't look that fast on Zombieland.
Zombieland. That was with Woody Harrelson and
Yeah.
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 Yeah, Jim, I don't know.
What happened to Woody Harrelson? I haven't seen him in a coon's age.
I haven't either.
who?
Woody.
Woody
Woody
Harrelson.
Harrelson.
Harrelson. Yeah.
He's
He's
living off of his money, I guess.
Well, he just did something here last year, I think, but I can't remember what it is. It's pretty, yeah.
Huh.
I can't remember what I did last week, so I don't know how I'd remember last year, but yeah,
Yeah.
he's still acting, but
I bet
He
he'd be
just-
interesting to know.
yeah.
He's played so many different parts and played them well. I bet he's an
Yeah.
interesting person. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you guys thinking of the leaked footage of the Mavic 4? Have you seen that?
I don't follow rumors.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Almost looks like they made it look like a log. It's just almost like it's round.
Really?
Yeah.
But there again, like you just said, Dennis, that could be fake leaks or something like that,
It's become an advertising avenue for manufacturers. It just,
Oh yeah.
it does. Anyway, that's enough of that.
Just a rumor. It's all just a rumor.
That's funny, Ron.
I saw Russ talking about NDAs. It's pretty much the same thing. He's bound by an NDA anytime DJI comes out with something that they've sent to him.
Yeah.
Right? But people who are doing these leaks, they don't have NDAs. They don't have any worries, any concerns, right? So he's kind of punished for being somebody who advertises for them. Sort of.
You say, Russ, that's 51 drones, right?
Yeah, 51.
Yeah.
Drones. I can appreciate that position. It's just that's the way I feel about it. He's constrained, but those others are not. And they're biting the hand that feeds them when they do that. It just.
I agree.
I
with
said that was enough, and it wasn't apparently.
They call that clickbait. Oh, well.
I agree with that, Jim.
I think a new monitor I'm looking at is going to look good in this office.
That new
Name
monitor
it.
would look good in my office too.
Yeah.
And mine.
They do shipping, so just have them send it to my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, have them send it here first. I have to inspect it, make
What-
sure it's safe for launch.
Inspect and make sure, and we'll
Right,
send
yeah,
you the other
yeah.
one.
It's
Well,
one-
actually, Ron's the kind of guy, he should buy all of us one.
Yeah.
We'll just be done with it. There you
There you
go.
go.
there
But
we
when you
go.
go down there today,
Late
make sure
Christmas
you
present.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
happy I'm on the show this morning now.
Make
Yeah,
sure you
I know.
pull up
It was-
your
it was
credit
worth
card
me
Tell,
getting
before
up
tell
we
them
for,
go.
you're buying 6 of them.
Yeah. It's gonna be an
I'll bet
expensive
they'd give you a
day.
little bit of a discount.
Yeah.
know.
What's the email address, Ron? Do I need to send it to? Send my address to?
RL Photography at
AOL.com. That's it.
At IneedAmonitor.com.
yeah, that's it right there. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Rail Productions, good morning.
GoFundPhilip.com.
Go fund me. My
Warren says that. Don't I
Yeah, I'd
always
really
don't I
like a
get
new
all the
monitor.
talking now? Yeah.
years ago, my nephew came to the house and he said, me and the wife, we're having a tough time, and we're looking at getting a house. And I said, well, that's great and wonderful and everything. He says, is there any way I can count on you to be a co-signer? And I turned around and I said, do what? What? And he says, a co-signer. And I said, no, I probably wouldn't even co-sign for you if you wanted to get a car or anything else. And he says, well, that's not nice. And I said, well, that's not nice coming to my house and asking me for something like this. And he went
My kids,
to my sister, my to his dad, everybody. I need help. And I said, well, what does your wife do for a living? And he says, oh, she's got a job. She delivers newspapers 2 times a week. And I went, okay, what kind of job is that?
What does he do?
He was putting in GPSs for trucking companies.
Okay.
And I was like, I've never asked for a handout in my life. I've always, it's like me and Scott was talking on Dennis's stream about how many jobs I have had in my life. I've had 28 jobs in my life. Everything you can think of. This is where I work at now. I've worked there 28 years. It's one of the longest holding jobs I've ever had. And I've been everything from parts delivery driver for Bart Starr. I did stuff basically I was one of Bart Starr's drivers when he had parties and stuff like that. I would, we went up to Tennessee with 6, what is the cars? We went up there to Tennessee to one of these parties he had, and it was like 150 to 200 people at the house, and it's one of these big old mansions. And we would actually go and have people park their cars down at a parking lot, and we would shuttle people back and forth in Jaguars. That's what it was, in Jaguars. And I said, give me a break. I mean, why are we using Jaguars? And so the next next party, we ended up using shuttle buses. And so, but Bart he was a really cool guy. I mean, he was down to earth. Just a great guy. But I've done electrical work. I was an electrician for 10 years. I've done networking. I've done computers. I worked at a deli. My first job was Bear Wood. I was 14 years old, and I was putting furniture in these big old vats, and vats of acid and type chemicals and stuff. Wore these big old rubber gloves. I worked at a deli and donut place, making donuts at 2:00 in the morning before going into high school. Passed my first class Passed it by sleeping, only because I was giving him donuts every morning.
Bribery works, yes.
I got through that class with a B, a steady B.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all that
made
matters, right?
Pizza delivery driver. Worked at my uncle's sod farm. Done landscaping, carpentry. Sammy's Go-Go. I was a DJ at Sammy's Go-Go for like 9 months. That was
sounds like it should have been a long-term job.
That was just for the view.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, if y'all, it was,
never mind. I don't want to hear. I don't.
Well, I mean, after you work there, you finally figure out that you really, you're never interested in a strip joint anymore, because you know what's involved with it, and you know what goes on in the back room, and you're like, no, it's just save your money, once you figure this stuff out. Now I had a very interesting night. It was a big old guy that came in. He was bald headed, and he was grabbing beer bottles and busting them against his head. And
Nice.
the bartender Rose.
Good morning, RJ Ariels.
She asked me to come to the bar, and she goes, "You go tell him if he busts one more beer bottle over his head, that we're going to kick him out of here." And I said, "I ain't telling him nothing." I said, "No." And then one of the other girls slid over her Ruger 22 and said, "Here." And I turned around and I said, "Are y'all kidding? This will just bounce right off of him. It's not going to do anything." So finally walked up to him and I said, "Hey, how's it going?" He looked up at me and he goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Hey, management has asked me to ask you to stop breaking beer balls over your head, because if you keep on doing that, we're going to have to kick you out of here." And he goes, stands up, and I was like, "Yeah, this is not good." And he turned and goes, "I'm sorry." He goes, "I'm sorry. I just get so excited. Seeing all these women and everything makes me so excited and everything." He says, "You're a pretty cool dude." He says, "Can I get you a beer?" And I said, "No, that's okay. That's okay." I'll be scared I finish the beer and you bust it over my head. And he goes, "You're a funny guy. You're a funny guy." He sat back down. He says, "I'm sorry. I will not do this anymore."
I would have liked to have been there to see that.
I would have, yeah.
So I was like, I went up to Rose, and Rose says, "Is he okay? Is he not going to do it anymore?" And he's not going to do it anymore. And she goes, "What'd you tell him?" I told him that. I told him if he don't stop busting him, I was going to kick his ass. And she goes, "No, you didn't tell him that." Tell him I'm ready for him and everything. And she goes, "Yeah, that was good, Phil. That was really good." So it was a good night. But anyway, no, I've seen stabbings. I've witnessed a lot of stuff in my life that I do not want to witness ever again. And my knees were shaking, Jim. It wasn't my knees shaking. It was something coming out of my rear end.
Leo, good morning.
Hey,
Hello, Joe.
Orange Joe.
Orange Joe.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Joe. It sounds like Lenny from To Kill a Mockingbird. Yeah. Or a little bit like the guy from Mice and Men. That which one was that?
George?
No,
George was the other guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't think of his name. Which way did you go, George?
So that just goes to show you I at least know the name of a classic book.
Hey, Phil, when
Lenny was on Mice and Men. That's what I was thinking.
I was going to drop the name of War and Peace, but now you've ruined it for me, Lloyd.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, Phil, when I started working at this new job last August, one of my first calls was a cardiac arrest in a bar, local restaurant bar. And these two clowns came in. Apparently they were doing some coke. They were high, and then they came in and started drinking. Well, one of the buddies decided to put something in his friend's drink. And the guy, next thing you know, 15 minutes later, he's slumped over on the bar. A bartender comes over and says, "Your drunk buddy can't be passing out on the bar." Well, they went to try and wake him up. He wasn't sleeping. He's dead. 38 years old.
Jeez.
Wow.
Anyhow, we get called to this call. We come in there, and the bartender is trying to clear everybody away from the bar. These two drunk guys that were around the corner were sitting there watching the whole thing. We got like 20 people, firemen, cops, medics in there. And we're working this guy. And the one dude's all drunked up. He goes like, "Hey, man, I want what he's drinking." And I looked over. I'm like, "No, you don't." Well, then we had like a cheering section. All of a sudden, we get a heart rhythm back on this guy. And they're like, "Yay, heart rhythm." And about a minute later, we got pulses. They're like, "Yay, pulses." They're drinking it all.
Wow.
It was kind
Some
of
people
funny.
celebrate anything, don't they?
They do, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We had I was riding the ambulance for my what do they call it, Ron? For your paramedical, where you have to ride around, do ride arounds.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
an intern.
Yeah, like almost like an intern or
Yeah.
orientation.
Intern or yeah.
We went to a call that it was in Vestavia where they were having a party up on a deck that was like 30 feet up in the air, or maybe about 20 feet up in the air. And the whole deck collapsed and they all rolled down the hill. And we had broken bones, you name it. I mean, people, it looked like a war zone. And it was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was just, people everywhere. And it would have been fine if they didn't have like 28 to 30 people on the deck at the same time. I mean, it was a big deck until it fell. But every time I go to somebody's house and go to a party and stuff, and we're up on a deck, I kind of like inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's Philip doing inside when we're all out here?
That's right.
Philip has an idea.
Oh, man. All right. Well, that
Hi,
Christmas.
Nacho Flippin'.
I'm trying to think of who that is. Nacho Flipping Business.
That's what's his name?
Come on, it'll come to you, Lloyd.
Sounds like
There was someone way back that had a channel named Nacho something, wasn't there?
Yeah,
Hold on.
Nacho Rider.
Nacho-
Yeah.
Nacho Rider, yes.
Yeah. Is that who
Nacho
that-
Rolling. Was it?
Nacho Roland?
I
I thought it was
thought it was
Rider.
Nacho Rider. I thought it was
Rider.
Rider. Yeah, Nacho
Yeah.
Rider.
Nacho
Don't know
fries.
if that's him or not.
That's a long, long, long time ago.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
It's like when
it's who
like
I
when we
think.
first got started. Yeah.
People change their channel names, and then I lose track.
I do.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
It's the same Nacho that rode a bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Came to
That's
Sturgis.
I think
yeah.
back
I
in
think
the
that's
day,
who,
I knew who that
I don't know
person
if that's who this is, but yeah. Nacho, tell us who you are. Yeah. I started as Nacho Victim. Yeah.
Nacho.
Nacho Victim.
Yeah, there was a guy that he was a MRI tech or a CT scan tech, I think. And he was out in Sturgis. I met up with him. I met up with him in Seattle on the bikes. We rode. And then when he came to Sturgis, he broke down or something. Went and picked him up and stayed at my place. I don't know if it's the same Nacho.
Nacho Mama's Honda.
Nacho fry.
Yeah, Warren, that is starting to, at least we can't pronounce it, but at least we know who you are.
Yeah. I used to be tacos and then got all broken up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I got to
That's
go
funny.
take down a Christmas tree.
Okay, Philip.
All right. Y'all have a great morning. Rodney,
All
I
right.
know you're back there somewhere. I
You
see
too,
you're
Philip.
Yeah.
See you
Y'all
later.
have-
Out of trouble.
All right. Y'all too. Y'all have a great morning and come back and see us.
Hey,
All right.
Philip, have a good day, brother.
All right, brother.
See you, Philip.
See y'all.
Hey, Dennis,
Yes, sir.
which 360 did you buy, Matt, when you went over?
The X3.
X3. And I remember, here's a funny thing I was thinking this week. He used to buy, well, Ron only has the X2. Well, now that I have the X4, and I kind of threw that in his face, he's like, wow, he starts talking about the X5. The X5 is like due out like any time. It's coming.
Is that?
Yeah.
I drive
It's,
an X5.
are you serious? No.
I
didn't
drive.
think it was-
No, I drive BMW X5. Sorry.
Oh. But and then DJI's coming out with a 360 very shortly too.
They is the 360 made that sphere that was a shell basically for the Mavic Air 2, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I wondered if DJI would ever join that bandwagon because it's the perfect place to put a drone. I mean, it's the perfect thing to put onto a drone.
DJI, it looks like about the size of an Osmo. It's going to be called the Osmo 360. It's about the same size as a Osmo Action.
Oh, it's not a drone.
No. It's a 360 camera.
Oh, I see. Actually, a 360 would be overkill, but I would love to have 180 on a drone. I think there's market for that.
Yeah.
Or I think there was. I'm not sure that it would still exist anymore. People are not so interested in drone shots anymore, but
I got that Oculus 3 or the Meta Quest 3 VR headset. And so you can go on and I logged in and it's got a browser, and I logged in, got my YouTube set up, and there's when you put these on, of course, one of the things it opens up some of these. There's guys that have they've done these videos that are all 360. And there was this one I'm thinking, boy, this 360 camera is kind of high, and I happen to, of course, you can look anywhere, down, up, it doesn't matter, and it's all virtual reality to you. And I looked down there, I see this guy's shadow. What it was, those of us that were watching, it's like you're up on his top of his head, so you can look down and actually see the guy below you. It's weird to be inside the pictures instead of just scrolling across like we do here, to be actually in the picture and walking along with this guy. It's just like,
I posted a few of those. Yeah, those are pretty fun.
Yeah.
Wow, I just had a thought. If they could do that for like the live streams here, you could sit here and look around and talk to people like we're all sitting in the same room
right,
together.
we're all sitting in the same room. Yeah,
that'd be pretty neat.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one.
All right, sir.
all right.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
You're
sir.
welcome, Dennis.
I appreciate
Mike?
the invite.
See you
Lloyd?
later.
Ron, you guys
Lloyd,
have a good
Brown,
one.
Dennis, have a good day, buddy.
I'm going to go spend some money.
Don't forget, you're buying us all one.
You get a monitor. You get a monitor. You get a monitor.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
All
my
right.
address. Just inbox me. I'll send you the address.
Okay.
Behind door number 1, a used monitor. There you go. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Later, everyone.
Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being here. Do appreciate it. Hang on a minute. Don't forget tomorrow morning, the Sunday Sunrise Cruise, starting with myself. If not, Charlie. I'm still not sure about him, but anyway, one of us will be doing the first sunrise, and then it'll be Dennis Lovelady, followed by Chris Hope if he's not hunting, and then after Chris Hope will be Johnny Drone Flyer. If Chris doesn't fly, the Johnny Drone Flyer will be right after Dennis Lovelady. So anyway, guys, y'all have a great weekend. Love y'all. Take care now. Bye.
Later, everyone.
Bye, Lloyd.
Bye.